Good morning, everyone. My name is Mighty Stream. I'm going to do your January the 15th, just for today, in a meditation. I greet you this morning on MLK Day. I hope that you're having a beautiful service day wherever you are. Now let's go ahead and get into the meditation. The title of today's meditation is Fear. We grow to feel comfortable with our higher power as a source of strength. As we learn to trust this power, we begin to overcome our fear of life. That comes from the basic text, page 25. Powerless as we are, living on self-will is a frightening, unmanageable experience. In recovery, we have turned our will and our lives safely over to the care of the God of our understanding. When we lapse in our program, when we lose conscious contact with our higher power, we begin to take control of our own lives again, refusing the care of the God of our understanding. If we do not make a daily decision to surrender our lives to the care of our higher power, we may become overwhelmed with our fear. Through working the 12 steps, we found that faith in a power greater than ourselves helps relieve our fear. As we grow closer to a loving God, we become more conscious of our higher power. And the more conscious we are of God's care for us, the less our fears. When we feel afraid, we ask ourselves, is this fear an indication of a lack of faith in my life? Have I taken control again, only to find my life still unmanageable? If we answer yes to these questions, we can overcome our fear by turning our will and our lives back over to the care of the God of our understanding. Just for today, I will rely on the care of my higher power to relieve my fear of life. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. So we're talking about being able to rid ourselves of fear through developing our relationship with our higher power, whatever, whoever that is, by developing that relationship. And it does take time. I do believe it does take time. And I do believe that everyone lapses at some point in time in that relationship. And being able to have a thorough third step and 11th step, it takes time. It's natural to want instant gratification. And having a relationship, if we're being completely honest, having a relationship with a higher power, there isn't a lot that's instant about it. It requires patience, doesn't it? It requires humility. Sometimes our higher power's will for us is not what we would think it would be. But when we become made aware of it through prayer and conscious contact, we're somehow given the strength to carry that knowledge out. And sometimes we're very much aware that that is not what we were thinking should happen. Oh, yes, that requires humility right there. I've had that happen dozens, hundreds of times, and had to execute humility, a spiritual principle in that. So we're talking about being able to have faith, trust, a comfortability with our higher power, with the God of our own understanding. rather than fear. That takes work. I think about that acronym for fear, FEAR, face everything and recover, or face everything and run. And for some reason, when I thought about the word run, I saw Forrest Gump just running, 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 just running, never stopping. We don't need to do that today. We don't need to. We can do the work. We can roll our sleeves up and do the work. And when we notice that we're lapsing, as it says here, when that happens, we can recommit. We can start again. We can acknowledge it openly and change the behavior. Because oftentimes it's just a change, a small change. If we catch it in enough time, a small change in our behavior can get us right back into the center of our higher power's love and care for us. We don't have to be in fear today. Even though there are times things will come up and we will note that we have fear, which is the indication that we lack faith. But we can make adjustments. And if you're not used to this lingo, you're not used to talking about faith, or it scares you, think about all the times that you had a little faith and things worked out. The relief as a result of having faith versus the need to get high because I am in fear and I need to quell or quiet the power that fear comes with. Faith is not like that. I'd rather have faith any day. My name is MightyStream. I've enjoyed talking to you today. I hope that you have a beautiful day on purpose.